Hey everybody, welcome back to Grand Tactician, the Civil War, the Confederate campaign with the spring of 1861 start. In episode number 9, we see the Army of the West reeling back from their defeat at Cairo Ferry to lick their wounds and plan out their supply situation that has gone from bad to worse. Things start heating up in the Eastern Theater. All that and more in episode number 9 of Grand Tactician, the Civil War. So, Confederate forces find themselves in a little bit of a predicament after losing the Battle of Cairo's Ferry. General McCulloch's army, a Western Army, was beaten back against a larger foe. We did come in a little aggressive in that battle, probably a little bit overconfident in our attack there. We thought we had the flank of the Union Army in that battle, and the Union Army was all converged on Proud Run Creek there. They were still able to fight us off through superior numbers. It was a very bloody struggle as combined casualties for that battle pushed over 10,000. And now I see the Department of Ohio creeping in on Kentucky here, estimated to be either in Kentucky or at least along the Ohio River. So we need to figure something out. And the supply situation isn't great either, as the Union captures the supply depot at Cairo's Ferry. I have ordered Zollenkoffer's small detachment of 4,000 men of the Army of Missouri to retreat back to Benton, so that they are not overwhelmed by a superior Union force. McCulloch has been recalled to Paducah Ferry, and we have Albert Sidney Johnston on his way with 21,000 men, maybe to redeem McCulloch's army. The St. Louis Division is trying to secure the northern portion of Missouri here. I want to halt them. Actually, I want to take them to Quincy and take that port first before we move on to St. Louis. Their main goal is to defend St. Louis. Nearly the end of August, we're going to enter September, and although Johnston's army is in orange readiness, maybe they can take Union Depot on the other side of the Mississippi here. But that opens up. Here's the problem. If Johnston crosses the Mississippi, that opens up Western Kentucky, and then it also opens up Tennessee, as McCulloch now has to. McCulloch's not in a good condition to defend. Now we do have control of the waterways here, as Kell's squadron is trying to slow down the Union advance and disrupt their supplies. So the Confederate armies are on the move. Army of Kentucky. We probably will have to kind of rest in Columbus, though, before we can make an advance or even think about attacking the Union Department of the West. Actually, we could probably order Zollenkoffer to take the supply depot on the other side of the Mississippi. We have a supply situation here. Supply alert 1. Western Army down to 25% provisions. We still have 10,000 men, though. They should be okay once they get to Paducah Ferry. Just notice this. We have the game paused, and our treasury is ticking down. That's a little concerning. I swore we built depots here. Or maybe it was here. Still all quiet on the Eastern Front. Lee's army is now 22,000 strong, and both Johnston and Lee are well supplied. West Virginia remains in our hands with a small detachment under George Porterfield guarding Clarksburg. It looks like the Union has lifted most of the blockade. I'm not seeing any alerts on blockades. You can see here 2 men fielded, so we can see what states have provided the most men so far. Now, not knowing off the top of our heads, though, exact population size size of each of the southern states, although we could look that up if we wanted to. The historical record, we're guessing that Virginia probably had the largest population at that time of the southern states. They're providing almost 10,000 men. Tennessee providing a paltry 8,000. I should say a beefy 8,000. North Carolina 8,000. But I would say Virginia probably could supply even more. Alabama seems to be supplying quite a bit for their size. Again, I'm thinking Georgia, Virginia, probably Tennessee probably had a large population for a southern state. Missouri looks like they're contributing quite a bit. Kentucky, definitely a decent size there. We probably could even like to see a little bit more there. There's not a whole lot of volunteers left to recruit from, though, at the moment. I think we are researching the Corps Military 2, ready in 23 days, which will allow further reforms in the CSR Confederate Army, allow the creation of larger armies with an independently operating core organization, recruitment, civil order, and trade warfare subsidy allowed to up to $500,000. Now, I think we can add, I think if we add to recruitment subsidies, let's take a look and see. So we'll take a look here at volunteers right now. We just upped these subsidies for recruitment. We'll see how much this increases, if that makes a difference. We only ticked it up once. Maybe we'll do it twice. We activated auto-managed finances just to kind of hoping the AI will not bankrupt us yet, at least. And let's move on to the Western Theater again and watch as we hopefully salvage our situation here. Alright, so McCulloch going in and out of supply alert. Let's take a quick look at the firepower tooltip of Kel's squadron. Actually, let's pause this really quick and see what kind of information we can take out of this tooltip. Average weapon range, 857 yards. Guns and turrets, 0. Rate of fire, 0.13. Commander's influence, minus 48.5%. I almost want to change him now. Cautious. Let's see. Is there a better commander? Franklin Buchanan. Commander George Hollins. Raphael Sims. Might as well keep Kel in command. I wonder if we can get the Morgan. I'm going to try to attach the Morgan here. We have 3 other ships in harbor right now. So, looks like the Department of Ohio has secured Hartford, Kentucky. And I think we're actually going to move McCulloch to Paris Landing for now. And hopefully refit and resupply there. That leaves Johnston kind of on his own. Maybe some support from Zollicoffer. Alright, the blockades are back in effect. Time to build a depot here. Zollicoffer will build a depot at Benton now, too. So that will hopefully improve our supply situation there. Let's take a look at the St. Louis Division. I did halt them. I actually want them to go and take Palmyra. Let's take Palmyra, Missouri, and maybe even capture Quincy, Illinois. You can tell the time it's going to take for those orders to get to Blanchard because they're kind of out in no man's land. They're not getting any information from telegraphs. So yeah, Department of the West is stalled out. They are not moving, so the only thing holding us back really is our supply situation. And Department of Pennsylvania attacks the army of the Shenandoah. We're going to try to withdraw. Who's commanding that? George Caldwalder. Nature Channel, Department of Pennsylvania. Fame insignificant, initiative passive. We are going to get, let's get Johnston out of there. We need to pause this though because now we need to get Lee involved. Johnston's retreating towards Leesburg. And if they are trying to bait Lee into attacking into the Shenandoah Valley, they've done a good job because that is what's going to happen. So rear guard, they're suffering some casualties. So I wonder issue halt orders to the retreating Johnston. Actually, I wonder if we can get Johnston across. We probably can't get him across at Harper's Ferry. Peek back at the Western Theater. McCulloch is almost at his destination at Paris Landing. So still, Johnston's readiness is still in the orange. Depot will be ready in 14 days at Columbus. On call for up to 4,000 men. Okay, so it looks like our subsidies did work. I see more men now, not quite enough to recruit. So we don't have enough in any state to recruit a full brigade of infantry. Lancers in yellow readiness, so they're doing okay. Their supply situation is good. It looks like we're gonna have a big, looks like we're gonna have a major battle here in the east, as the Department of Pennsylvania and their Shenandoah Valley campaign. The Union does a Shenandoah Valley campaign, and Lee's in pursuit. Oh boy, we've got 2 supply alerts now. So hopefully, okay, looks like the Western Army is starting to draw some supplies from Johnsonville Ferry. Now, we could do something here too. Could try to transfer, I think, some troops from McCulloch. McCulloch will be kind of a reinforcing army. We can bolster up Johnston. We'll transfer Loring over. And they'll get there in like 1 day. So it's an additional 4,000 men. And basically, McCulloch now has his main task is to try to build up a supply chain, probably from through Nashville. Got the supply depot from Nashville. And then once the depot is finished here, oh, are they are not building one? So they need to build one. They currently cannot. All right, we'll take a look at that later, because it looks like we're gonna probably about to engage the Department of Pennsylvania, who is marching through the Shenandoah right now. Funding 1 policy selected. The Union's credit rating improved. Printing new notes made possible. Tariffs on imports to increase. Union getting even stronger. So Lee in pursuit of the Department of Pennsylvania. Alright, Blanchard at his destination. Department of Pennsylvania striking deep into the Shenandoah Valley. Should we try a forced march? Kind of keep an eye on disorder and disabled soldiers. Doesn't seem to be affecting them too much. And they are trying to catch up to the Department of Pennsylvania. I mean, condition is still good, although their supply ratio is down to 0. Alright, so Lee finally catches up to Cadwalader. He's got 17,000 infantry, 5,000 cavalry, 34 guns, versus the Union 18,000 infantry, no cavalry, and 58 guns. So why don't we play this Battle of Strasburg, Virginia, September 10th, 1861. After the initial skirmishing and maneuvers, opposing armies are deploying for battle. Confederacy fields 23,000 men. Union fields 20,000 men under command of General Cadwalader. All right, so Battle of Strasburg. We are going to enter the deployment phase, September 11th, 1861. How interesting. All right, Lee's army enters from Memes Bottom at the northeast corner of the map. So Lee's ammunition at 100%. So for the entire army, so that supplies look good. Pillow looks confident. Ewell is eager. Clayton Sr. is confident, and Preston is confident. So let's take a look at some of the topographical features. We have Rude's Hill, Cedar Grove Church. So a high ground plateau here. We have also high ground. It's like a ridge line here. Thomas Hill, Pine Hill, Boiling Springs, Hellman's Creek, and we're along the Shenandoah River here, and New Market. So we have New Market. This is the New Market battle map. All right, we will lead with Pillow's division. Pillow will be the van. Now, the question is, do we take a division on the other side of Shenandoah River? And try to take from the flank? Because you have Zirkle's Mill here. Also Borden. But then you have a river crossing as well. But you can also have a bottleneck here. All right, we'll put Clayton's 6,000 men on the other side of the Shenandoah River. Ewell in reserve. That leaves Preston with his small contingent of about 1,000 men. That's a cavalry division that only has the one brigade right now under Stewart. Might actually put him over here with Clayton. Get this battle started. Actually, we'll move Preston over and ahead of Clayton's division, and scout ahead towards Zirkle's Mill. We actually have a minor victory right now. Oh, we can see, looks like the Union Army is on the other side of the Shenandoah. So Clayton's on the march. It looks like he might run into some Union troops. We'll march forward with Pillow. So Preston and his cavalry detachment looking to see what is on the other side of the Shenandoah here around Borden and Zirkle's Mill. Still no sign of the main Union line, but we did see glimpses of the Union line along the road here around Zirkle's Mill. Order delay active for Preston. It's taking a long delay there. There, finally got the order. Pillow only has 9 guns. 3-inch ordnance rifle guns. Ewell has 10 guns. So most of the guns are under Clayton. I mean, Pillow's got a good range of fire right here. Maybe we can move up a little bit to this tree line. So we got some very raw recruits here, though, under Clayton. They were not around for the Battle of Harper's Ferry. Pillow was. Not Carroll DeRosey and his men. Although DeRosey has experience. Oh, we hear shots fired. Oh, there we go. We are going to finish the episode right here and pick up the next episode with the conclusion of the Battle of Strasburg. Thank you.